Tonight, inflation on the rise. That, according to the Federal Reserve, the Consumer Price Index showed that in February, inflation rose 2.8% compared to the prior year. And that's slightly higher than what many economists had expected. In January, the figure was just 2.6%. Now, this slight increase means the Federal Reserve will likely hold off on any further rate cuts. Economic indicators suggest the U.S. is not currently in a recession, but the risk of one occurring is increasing. CBS 8's Elizabeth Sanchez joins us with what this means for your wallet and how you can prepare. Elizabeth.
Steve, economists we spoke with say rising chances of a recession are driven by several key factors: slowing GDP growth, consumer confidence, and concerns over how the Trump administration's tariffs will affect the cost of goods.
When it comes to your money, your age and stage in life determine how concerned you are. For those graduating in 2025, getting a job is one of the biggest concerns for the young adult age group.
I mean, this is a group that probably doesn't have a lot of savings built up. What they have a lot more of is debt.
But if you're like Claudia Callejas, class of 2023, working as an electrical engineer, your outlook is better.
Well, I graduated from SDSU. Debt-free.
Callejas has noticed groceries have increased in price, and according to a CBS News poll, 59% of Americans report seeing increased prices in the last few weeks.
Consumer goods really going up is the bigger concern during this current recession. That's not necessarily unique to San Diego, but people are going to feel the pain from that all the same.
Economists say it's a good time for the Gen Zer to embrace learning beyond the classroom. That can mean learning about good and bad investments and resources available.
Education around investing and just personal finance, like premises like compound interest and how important it is to save. These types of things can really help put into perspective why taking certain actions at this phase in their life is so important.
For many 20-something-year-olds, buying a home seems unattainable in California, with high housing prices, low inventory, and rising interest rates.
The only thing concerning is the ability to afford a home, because even with the job that I have, it's still in California, it's still an impossible dream for me to even be able to afford a home.
Although the risk of recession seems to be increasing, it could be short-lived, even entirely avoided.
The economy is in relatively good shape. Most Americans remain employed. And that's a big booster for our economy. When that remains the case, when unemployment is low, that keeps the economy growing.
Economists encourage an optimistic approach.
We do what we can, and hopefully things get a little bit better.
So if you're worried, economists advise putting off big travel expenses or purchases on big ticket items and going out. And coming up at 6:30, we will hear from the older crowd, Steve, the beyond 20-year-olds. That's coming up at 6:30.
Oh, I can relate to that crowd. I'll be listening. Elizabeth, thank you.